My daddy left home when I was 3 and he didn't leave much from on me except this old guitar and an empty bottle of booze. Now I don't blame him cause he run and hid, but the meanest thing that he ever did is before he left, went and named me Sue. Now he must have thought it was quite a joke and I got a lot of laugh from a lot of folk. Seems I had to fight my whole life through. Now some girl would giggle and I'd get red, and some guy would laugh and I'd bust his head, and I'd tell you life ain't easy for a boy named Sue. Well, I grew up quick and I grew up mean, and my fists got hard, my wits got keen. I'd roam from town to town to hide my shame. But I made me a vow to the moon and stars, I'd search the honky-tonks and bars and kill a man who gave me that awful name. It was Gatlinburg in mid-July and I just hit town, my throat was dry, and I thought I'd stop and have myself a brew. And an old saloon on a street of mud, there at the table dealing studs, had a dirty mangy dog that named me Sue. Well, I knew that snake was my own sweet dad from a worn out picture that my mother had. Knew the scar on his cheek and his evil eye. He was big and bent and gray and old, and I looked at him, my blood ran cold, and I said, "My name is Sue, how do you do? Now you're gonna die." So I hit him hard right between the eyes, and he went down, but to my surprise, came up with a knife and he cut off a piece of my ear. So I busted a chair right across his teeth, and he crashed to the wall and into the street, kicking and gouging the mud and the blood and the beer. I tell you, I fought tough for men, but I really can't remember when. He kicked like a mule and he bit like a crocodile. Then I heard him laugh, then I heard him curse, and he went for his gun, but I pulled him out first, and I stood there looking at him, and I saw him smile. And he said, "Son, this world is rough, and if a man gotta make it, you gotta be tough," and I knew I wouldn't be there to help you along. So I gave you that name and I said goodbye, and I knew you'd have to get tough or die. Was that name, was to help make you strong. Now you just fought one hell of a fight, and I know you hate me and you got the right. Kill me now, wouldn't blame you if you do. But you ought to thank me before I die for your gravel in the gut and your spit in the eye, cause I'm the son of a bitch that named you Sue. I got all choked up and I threw down my gun and called him upon, he called me a son. I came away with a different point of view. And I think about him every now and then, every time I try and every time I win. And if I ever have a son, I'm gonna name him Bill or George or any goddamn thing but Sue. Yeehaw.